I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, I think I should actually put this thing on this screen too. Hold on a bit. Let's put scene. This. Yep. Just put you away over here, I guess. Yep, into the corner for you. The contrast maybe a little bit tad bit high, but either way. Yeah, maybe I need to put it in here. Oh yeah, this thing. I need to switch the dono thingy. Hold on a bit. It's been a while I'm doing this. Since it's not showing the screen and it's a good questions. Everything should be okay now. Yep. Just make you bigger. Done. Alright. Is it normal to start forgetting how to draw character design after doing still art for like 3 months straight? Can be. There's a reason for that actually. When it comes to drawing, especially when you are not following the usual like art format, like you know, like usually you learn how to draw from this method, that method, and then you apply those methods. Usually you will nail your characters 90% of the time if you just follow those rules. But when you decided to have a little bit of your own flair, have a little bit of your like own thingy like going on there, things will become a little bit different. Because like when you use in your own style, consistency would be quite finicky when you have your own style. How to actually fix that issues is actually quite easy. All you need to do is just have a fixed rule for your characters. It's like when you draw a character, just do a few sketch and then draw a few arrow point at some certain element of the character you have, and then either you write it down or put a mental note that this character must always have this thing going on. Like when you draw it, it have to follow this rule. When they have to do this, when they have to do that, because like when it comes to same with like animations, there's something called a art bible. It's basically it's a set of rule of how you're going to draw the characters. Even like the lead like art director's not there. When you guys need to draw the keyframe, the fill frame, all the frame, long as you guys look at the rule book, just look at how are you going to draw the Simpsons characters, like how the eyes are going to be drawn, how the face when they're faced in certain directions is going to be like. Once you manage to develop those kind of like mental note or like rules inside the head, when you draw that particular characters, you will manage to maintain the character design and how he or she will look every single time you draw. There's a good example of it. I can actually put this out. Let me pull this thing out, but also at the same time. Again, I'm just going to use my thingy as a very good example. It's like why I can keep consistently like draw my hair in a consistent manner. There's a reason for it. Even though my hair is not exactly a random spike. It's like every single time I draw, yes, sometimes I draw like a few more extra spike, but you can see the shape is actually in like a very consistent shape, and that's a consistent shape for reasons. Because I add a specific rule to my hair when I draw it, so no matter in which angle, you kind of like can recognize me. And that consistent shape is come with these two things. I will always have a huge bang here, and one huge bang, and then I will always have like a very like slanted square shaped spike here. So you will always see that spike no matter which direction I draw myself in. Like I draw myself in this direction, even I draw a lot of spike here, you will always recognize I have this one big bang and then one big spike. This is the rule I have. And you do notice another thing is like when it comes to like my void part, I always go full black. I never go like gray color or anything like this. This one I did do it, but it's for like illustration purpose for people who don't usually know this rule to understand if they want to draw me. But yeah, like again, this is only for illustration purpose. All void part must be pure black because that's not supposed to have any light to it. When you do this kind of things, like you always need to have like either a consistent logic to it or like a consistent shape or rules you need to bind your character with. So this way you can have a lot more consistent like stuff going on with your like artwork. Else, like you're going to like lose your like drawing thingy very fast. I'm not kidding. It's like sometimes you keep drawing like other stuff, this and that, other stuff. You will more or less lose your ability to like how to draw it properly in your own way because like our art skill always keep improving nonstop every single time we draw. Sometimes you feel stagnant, but it always improve a little bit, a little bit, a little bit because you always know which line you drew it wrongly. You always know which things to correct, which thing you should learn. Because of that, like your art will always keep on improving. But the problem is like when you keep on improving, you kind of like because if you haven't drawn a certain character for a while, because you've improved, now you're drawing in a much more older style. Because you don't really have that rule set stick with you, or the improved version would prove to be a little bit harder for you to apply it onto the characters. This is what normally called like personal style. The issues if you have like personal style, but when you have that personal style, you don't have a set of rule for that art style, then this kind of issues will come out. So far, I still again recommended people, if you guys still at the learning phase, don't do your own style first. Just learn the basics to the maximums, and then once you actually being like really really comfortable with drawing a very good art with like the things you learn just from the basic stuff, then you start doing style, because you need to at least have this impression of you being able to morph and play around with the value of the things you learn. So if I open up like a, I don't know why this thing always in, okay, pixel, good. Now if I open this up like randomly just like on a cube, like I decided to draw this, let me wear my glove, way too many gloved. Grab one, drop one. And like you guys always know, like there's a standard rule when it comes to drawing. Sometimes they tell you to draw a circle, draw this. Like why they have this certain type of thing? Because they want to, no matter what you do, you know how to keep a consistent rule. And when I say you need to learn how to like understand the basic to the maximum, is actually me telling you to learn. Let me use a better one for this. Crayon. Yes, not crayon. It's more like color pencil. It's more like you have the ability to understand enough to play with the value. So this, imagine, is a normal eye, but you don't want an eye like this. You know how to draw a normal eye anymore. You already can draw it with your eyes closed and stuff, you know? Like normal eye, this and that, yeah, the other stuff. And then you want to draw something else. Once you learn enough, you know how to play with the value, you know the structure of the eyes. There's the eyebrow, there's the eyelid here, and then there's a squish part between where did the eyelid line come from? It's like the squish part between the muscle in here and your eyelid. So when they kind of like squish together, they have this like kind of things. You know, the eyebrow is technically kind of like rounded, connected to your like eye corner. And you know, like there's a muscle here, there's a muscle here, there's a muscle here. Long as you understand like all this thing, all the basic anatomy stuff, and then you learn how to play with the shape now. So I do this again with the similar head shape. And then you want to draw the eye, but this time I want to draw like a very tall, long, like anime eye. So big. I'm going over that line and then go for a very curved down eye here. And then you know usually you would draw a circle, but drawing a circle would look like a shark face. But you understand enough, you learn how to squish the eye differently like this. And you know how to, like this the end of a corner, you just follow the flow and then see, you can make an eyebrow like this, and you know like where the dimple's coming from, and similar with the eyelid shape coming from. And then voila, it's a very totally different eye from the one I had before, but it still keep the consistent rule of that drawing I just made. It's still an eye, but a very different style, because I understand what thing I'm morphing. It's like when you're playing games, you can sort of like have a slider bar and move that particular like element, like move your eyebrow higher, move your eyes bigger, like smaller, or like sharper, something like that. You have to have like the mental image strong enough to be able to morph things that way. Learn how to play with the value to do something like this. But you have to reach a certain rate of understanding on the basic first. If you're not good with the basic and then you try to create your own style, that kind of situation you just talk about is going to happen. Because you personally do not understand how you made your style in the first place. Maybe you kind of understand when you're drawing, but when you do something else for a while and then came back, because you don't have that particular rule set of how are you going to morph that particular things to your liking, you are not going to keep being able to return to the thing you managed to draw, or like the style that you have, or the character consistency you want to have. It's always that kind of thing. It's like my chibi Rutu. Like when I draw chibi, somehow some people can recognize my chibi is because I always do the, like if you kind of like notice, this is called like the toy car chibi. But while a lot of people draw something like this, for me, my toy car chibi is always like, they have a very ridiculously big eyes, like very small mouth close to them. The eyes actually literally cover like the facial shape. And then the side bangle is like behind the eye. And then remember I talk about when I need to draw my own hair, there's always this big ass spike. So how you manage to recognize me is not because I have a lots of ridiculously spike and then like green hair. When you recognize me is you notice this antenna and notice this thing. So in order to make your character recognizable and to sort of like notice like what kind of like character you look like, or like consistency or anything, you need a certain rule set imprint into the character you draw. And yeah, that's basically like most of the things when it comes to like drawing, practicing, and lots of other things. And I'm going to do a little bit some other stuff today. Today is going to be a much more interesting thing. I'm going to do a drawing practice along with everyone, of course. This is why I'm bringing out like drawing things a lot. I'm going to open up a new canvas. This one is not really suitable for that. Let's go for this longer one. And then I'm going to bring this to the side. And they're not here. I need to drag this thing down. Or did I actually close it without knowing? Nope, it's still here. It's just that I don't know where did I put that thing. Okay. Alright. If you all notice, I do have a good figure drawing skill sometimes, if you do notice, but it's not every time. And how I manage to earn that like figure drawing skill generally is because I do a lot of practice. You guys should go to find some website, this and that, yeah, that stuff. But of course, if you want to do it in public like me now, you guys always need to be like clothes. Do not have the not safe for work image on, okay? Don't want to accidentally flash people, okay? And have to post on everything, this and that, yada stuff, gender, anything. And then like the view, you can be like anywhere too. Can be action, can be stationary, can be this and can be that. Or even you can input your own like reference image using that way to kind of like improve the thing. Also depends on what kind of things you want. Maybe you want to focus on like drawing a lot of like good hand or animal or structures or vegetations. Like really depends on which kind of things you really want to practice. For me, I always like a little bit bad with hand and always good with like human pose. So I'm going to temporarily show you guys like how to do this thing properly. Okay, I am doing on 30 seconds. Most newbie, if you guys want to do something similar to on your own private time, just set it to 2 minutes or 1 minute. I know there's like a very long 1 hour sessions there, but if you want to practice drawing figure, not a detailed drawing, then anything beyond 2 minutes is way too much. So learn to draw in a very fast manner, because what you need to do is to manage to imprint the post that you are seeing. Sorry, it's been a while, so my speed is a little bit weakest. See? You don't need to focus on everything. You just need to focus on how are you going to generally draw the body shape. How are you going to shape it in a way that you personally are able to recognize it? Because again, like at the end, you're drawing it for yourself to do things. You can see I'm like going for very ridiculous proportions, and I regret it because my canvas is not that big. So you also need to like have a very good like spatial awareness when it comes to this kind of things. if you have trouble with like spatial awareness, then you can try this. Draw a square. Try to retain your shape within that square. Just draw the important stuff you need. You can add a little bit personality on your own when it comes to drawing poses. Don't ask how I managed to draw female that easily. I just... The guy I learned from, he draw lots of females, so like kind of like have the similar habit of the similar things. Oh, this one I can't see the lake is a little bit challenging. This is pretty good. Ooh, I like this body movement. Like, this is how you actually manage to study like poses and stuff. If you want to learn how to draw comic, this is actually the best way for you to learn how to draw comic, because drawing comic and animation always is like reference of like a real life person image. Like when it comes to like body movement, this and that, yeah, this stuff, you know? I'm starting getting back my mojo. Now, when you see something that with an object like this, you can actually draw the object, the most grounded thing in the world first. And then you can work up to the body. Like if your goal is not the head, usually I do recommend people draw head first. Like this one, you should draw the shoulder first, because it's kind of like the one that's showing the first. Then depends on the angle, you might have to draw a circle to indicate where the hands and feet is. Ah, loading. Yeah, sometimes like Clip Studio do a little bit like auto saving. I kind of jammed my drawing speed sometimes. My hands is getting tired. Yes, drawing this thing actually is very tiring. Imagine like finish drawing like in 30 seconds. This is why another thing is like my friends are impressed that I can draw that fast, because they noticed like I do this like in very fast speed. Usually people don't do such a 30-second speed that fast. Especially when this kind of things happen, you draw the hand. See? Like if you just want to focus on the hand pose, you can just like focus on the hand pose and then draw. Like always know like the simple pose and then the difficult pose. Like the difficult pose is the hand, then you can focus on the hand. If the difficult pose is on the body, like this one is basically a body stance pose, a strong stand, then you need to know when it comes to stand is the leg. So you need to understand where did that leg thingy come from, and then like when guys come with this, there's a shield, and then there's a hand. This one is basically a body figure pose. So when it comes to body figure pose, you can do the paper model. So see this? This paper model pose is basically like those kind of pimp up pose like this. Like you got like, long as you nail the body shape pose, you can like accomplish your work. This one again is another body pose shape, so you can kind of see the top here and here is like kind of balanced. So they kind of have to do something similar to this one, and then just shy off your leg, because this has some definition. So you have to do something like this, and then the hand. Like it's a very good like fun drawing sessions when it comes to all these kind of things. Like everyone should actually practice a little bit when they try to learn how to draw, and use this as a quite quick warm up. You can actually learn how to draw poses in many different ways from just doing this. Oh yeah, hold on a bit. I need to go grab some hot water, so it's going to be waiting out a little bit. So I'll let you guys look at this first. I'll go and grab some water. Ooh, I'm back. But here's the thing. Some accident happened, and now my left hand and right hand is kind of hurt. Wow, getting a hot water costs an arm and a leg. Yeah, like the lid of the bottle that I'm using is kind of like not closed tightly enough. It kind of dropped. So scalding hot water is like pouring down to my leg, pouring down to my left hand. Thankfully, I have the electric kettle. It's kind of like boil them up, and then it's been a while, so it's not that hot. It's still hot. But funny thing is, like, I like, you know, usually people like are in pain, they would be like, ah, something like that. I realized that, yeah, my pain tolerance is a little bit wee bit too high for most people. Like, when I was a kid, I always already have like a very big pain tolerance in the first place. So yeah, kind of surprised I can do that. Let's have a little bit music going on, shall we? Where's my glove? Oh yes, in my pocket. One on the ground, and one on the corner somewhere, and then another one behind me. The table behind me. Technically, it's not even a table. Ouch! Now I have a good pain tolerance when the pen fell on my foot. Ouch! Fell on my foot joint. The words are crude to me. Very crude. Yeah, the moment I say I got a high pain tolerance, and then the word be like, oh yeah? Drop a pen straight down to your foot. Ouch. Okay, I admit I don't really have that much of a pain tolerance, I guess. You happy now? Oh yeah, what was I doing again? Yes, this one. Dun 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 dun. Some people want to know like what my drawing process is, and then I was like, I don't necessarily have one, to be honest. But my friend did tell me like this one drawing tricks have the face on the different layer. This way would be much more easier for me to do the coloring thingy. Because like the facial detail like have a little bit way too much things going on there. So sometimes if you want to like just use the bucket tool, it's going to be a little bit much more difficult. Just mainly because of like there's so many like corner like this thing happening there. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for people to do quite lots of stuff, you know? For me, it's still fine. But I can definitely see the advice usefulness come from. I can see like sometimes things like this you can't really predict or see. So there's also another reason why some people actually does like have like a much more darker background or like just flat out removed it like me. For me, I always choose to do the removed options. It's much more better. This way I can spot like which one which part I haven't colored yet. And which one's supposed to be like transparent. Oh, you seeing this shit? This is what happened if you didn't draw the line properly. And also coloring the wrong way. Let me... Let's see, can I fix it using this way? Nah. Again, like, feel free to ask any burning out questions. I kind of like, very free right now. I can do quite lots of stuff, other stuff, many stuff, many stuff. I think this will need to be like above the skin level, so it's much more easier to distinguish. Yep. be honest, I didn't even know where the lead come from. Dun, 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 dun. What is a color here? Where did this come from? Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. Where did this part come from? Now know why. I don't know how much I did that, but yeah, things like that happen. Oh, I got a drop. Oh. Where is the thing? Oh, too far, too far. Hold on a little bit. Yes, this one. Funny thing is like, consider, like, look at me. Even on my previous model, I'm the brightest character over there, in some sense. But also at the same time, I'm the most invisible among the VEP members. It's a curse. It's cursed. If nobody know, like, this thing that's like running curse around me, I'm not kidding. I do suspect I'm cursed in some way. I have this thing called like invisible syndrome. Like, no matter like what kind of thing I participate, I can just stand there. If I don't make a sound, I will completely blend into the environment. This is why I'm sort of like a very loud person. It's like, it's somewhat of like a disappearance, like insecurity issues. This is why I talk a lot, and then like when I kind of like get comfortable, I actually speak really loudly, It's just like by default, I speak super loud. If you have enough conversation with me, you'll understand. Because of that particular part, I actually like talk really loud. And surprise, surprise, strangely, the loudest guy is not like the most noticeable guy here. So like, yeah, it's still at the end, it becomes like a habit, so it's not like I can change anyway. But it is, in some sense, slowly suspecting like someone put like some voodoo magic on me that no people can find me. I just have low presence on almost anything. Like some people, when they notice me, they will notice me. But most people, if they kind of lost track of me, even people who notice me, they will lose track of me. Like I'm not kidding. It's like such a powerful invisible skill that even my friends is puzzled at how that happened. Like closest friend, even they notice. Like if they don't have like a mental note about me, they will forget about me. It's not like I'm not a non-vocal person. I literally are the annoying shit around you, like the fly that just buzzing around people. But people tends to tune me out. Even like either if I don't talk, I will completely blend into the background. If I talk, some people might notice me, but I will still at the end fade back into the background. It's like some sort of like effect happening to me. I think like in my brain theory, it's kind of like work well. It's like people are tuning me out because I'm trying to be noticeable. But even I'm not being noticeable, somehow I'm so good at stealth, no people notice me. And I think in my prime that I was like a little bit on like on the famous side is like it's me when I'm trying to back in the days when I tried to not talk for my entire life. Not entire life, like around that time I figured out like, hey, you know what's cool about being cool? You don't talk. So I decided to like be kind of like a mute kind of like cool ass person for quite a long period amount of my life. And you know what, that's a very like stupid thing to do. Don't try to do something like I did. But yeah, like I communicate through like body language and stuff. It's pretty fun. But trust me, people would have hard time understand you. Especially the only way you can call people is to slap their shoulders. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I was like sharing stuff. Oh, by the way, I create this like very hilarious like new things I haven't like really like exported properly. Hold on a bit. Oh shit. Wrong canvas. Wrong canvas. New. Let's put it at post cube. At first I was just drawing for fun, to be honest, but it was so good it became a thing. Just look at it. So cute. Here's the original one I drew for fun. Let me... take them out. Yep. This one I drew it for fun. Because like there's a conversation about like a person who is very obsessed with this like mascot doll. like, you know, like those Hello Kitty kind of things, but it's a doggy. And then I draw her. Decided to draw her like this. the very like hams up hand. And then I was like, you know what? This is actually a very good like YCH emote if I wanted to become one. Like, so I just turned it into like YCH emote. Let's come back to this one. My friend asking me like, how do I manage to keep track about like color? I just told him that I have no idea too. How I managed to keep track of my color in the first place? It's a freaking mystery, even now. Because when it comes to this kind of things, like layering is quite a headache at this point. Ooh, my pen keep dropping. This phone is not putting in a very good position for me to put my pen. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I haven't spammed my like. I'm live streaming. Welcome to join me, guys. Like those kind of things. Like it's been a while. I haven't do that shit in my other social channel. So let's try it. I know, like, that voice is like, kind of a little bit weird because, like, here's the thing, I'm trying to become a voice actor, so I do trying to, like, flex a little bit on my voice thingy. Yeah. It's been a while. Post this kind of shit. Oh yeah, I tried to like do something new in the futures. That is like doing a double whammy stream. You know, like Twitch output and YouTube output. I will still do it at the end, but there will be a very big change. There will be a very big change on my Twitch stream. I'm going to put like a very big ass overlay and just point at people to my YouTube channel and tell them, you know what? This thing doesn't have ads. See how long I get banned. Hold on a bit, I'm doing some marketing stuff. Dun, 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 dun. I did quite a lot of... Oh. See, this is why I need to procrastinate a bit and take a look around stuff. Else, yeah, I might not be able to spot this kind of stuff. Oops, press the wrong thing. got a bottle. Cool. Sorry, I was doing some chatting and stuff. My Ace Attorney thing always need like a very like heavy scheduling when it comes to every week. This kind of stuff like happens. So this is why I'm actually quite leisure about like people cannot attend to the stream collab. I do know I try my best to like follow everyone a little bit of like thingy going on there, but I might have to switch it up for I might have to switch it up for Shazu like Shadow. Doesn't feel too skinish. I need more red when it comes to this kind of thing. So that's a personal preference, to be honest. It's not like her model have like flaw that I see. Again, another copying? Where? Oh. Rio is starting to scream. Sorry there. Uh, all right. And I'm tired. But I gotta finish this thing. This for thumbnail. Now the only things I need to do is the hair. Yeah, the things I do start getting lower and lower budget. If every single time I do like super high budget drawing, is going to be very difficult for me because like, I'm going to turn this thing into reactive, and then ooh-wee, turning this into reactive is not easy if you like have like a very complex thingy. Like this is basically like the most normal rule you need to like input for yourself. It's like a animation 101 rule. Don't make complex stuff if you are going to animate that shit. That's the best rule you can have. That. Okay, that'd be all, folks. Today is not really that my usual time, streaming time, so I don't really get too much audience. Either way, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay healthy, stay safe, everyone. Until next time, stay tuned on the next stream. Bye bye.